Batman leaped over the charging bullman, barely dodging its sharp horns. He somersaulted in mid-air and touched down behind the beast. Before the bullman could attack again, the Dark Knight spun around. With a flick of his wrist, he sent a set of bolas rolling towards the horse monster. The balls at the end of the long rope struck the horseman's legs. They wrapped around the creature and slammed to the ground in front of the Mystery Inc. gang. "Thanks, Batman," Fred said. "That was amazing." Daphne pointed behind the Dark Knight. "Look out!" Batman whirled around just as the bull monster charged again. It snorted with rage as it aimed its long horns at the hero. The Cape Crusader grabbed the raging bull by the horns as it slammed him backwards, pinning him to the ground. The hero grunted as he lifted the creature off the ground with his boots. He kicked it over the head, and the monster disappeared into the thick fog. Batman jumped to his feet just as the horse monster broke through his bonds. It ran into the fog after the bull. Soon the dense haze cleared and the creatures were nowhere in sight. "Like where were those barnyard roots?" Shady asked. "I don't know," Batman replied, "but I think I'll help you in your investigation. After all." "Oh boy," Velma said as she clapped excitedly. "What a great detective team up." "Right," Batman's eyes narrowed. "You check out the house, I'll investigate the barn, see if there are any more of those things." The Dark Knight moved towards the dark barn. Fred grinned. "Yes, let's split up and look for clues," he said. "That's what I always say." Shady shuffled after Batman, like who has two thumbs and thinks it's safer staying with a superhero. He turned and jutted two thumbs towards his chest. "This guy." "Yeah. Scooby agreed as he ran after Shady and the crime fighter. "Rich guy too." Velma shook his head. "Typical," she said as she, Fred, and Daphne turned and stepped back inside the house. In no time at all, the three friends checked all the rooms, upstairs and downstairs. Oddly enough, everything looked normal. "Nothing strange here," Fred reported. "Just a normal farmhouse." "Hey," Daphne shone her torch into a closed door in the kitchen. "Has anyone checked behind the door?" "I don't think so," Velma replied as she opened the door. A set of stairs led down to the darkness. "Ooh, a creepy cellar. And we are getting somewhere." Velma led the way down the rickety steps. As she got to the bottom, her torch beam revealed a very strange scene. "Hey, did you expect to see this kind of stuff in a farmhouse cellar?" Fred asked. Velma shook her head. "Not at all." The last room was lined with workbenches full of lab equipment. Beakers bubbled alongside rows of test tubes, flasks, and bottles. "Is your friend Kevin some kind of scientist?" Daphne asked. Fred shook his head. "Not that I know of." The three friends were so busy looking at all the equipment that they didn't notice a creepy hand unlatched one of the thin cellar windows from the outside. As the hand pulled away, eerie fog poured in through the opening. "We should tell Batman about this," Velma said as she turned towards the stairs. Her eyes widened as she jumped back in fright. "Jinkies!" Two giant spiders ambled out of the haze. Chick, 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 chick. They were each bigger than Scooby-Doo and had sharp, venomous fangs. "Where did they come from?" Fred asked. "Does it matter?" Velma asked. They are blocking our only way out. Chick, 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 chick. The spiders cheated loudly as they crept closer on their springly legs. There's another way out of here, Daphne announced. She stood at the top of a small flight of steps, with her shoulders against the angled door. But it's locked. Fred grabbed a broom and waved it at the huge spiders. "I'll hold them off while you two work on the door." He swiped the broom at the beasts, keeping them back. Velma joined Daphne as she pushed on the door. No matter how hard they tried, it wouldn't budge. The dark night slid open the barn doors. The moonlight made his long-eared shadow trip across the barn floor. Even though it was dark, it looked like any normal barn. A tractor was parked in the middle. Square bales of hay were stacked in the lofts above. Even chickens clucked and pigs snorted from a couple of small pens in the back. Batman slowly scanned the area, looking for anything that seemed out of place. Shady casually strode through the open doors. "Like I've never felt less afraid during one of our mysteries, Scoob." "Me neither," Scooby-Doo said as he sauntered in behind him. "We should have a superhero with us all the time," Shady continued. He held up a finger. "Mr. Batman, sir? Like, would you consider joining Mystery Inc. on a full-time basis?" The Dark Knight didn't answer. He continued to study his surroundings. Suddenly more eerie fog drifted in through the barn door. The haze made it harder to see. So what if there's a spooky fog making the place look creepier and creepier? Shady said a little nervously. "Because we are with Batman, right, Scoob?" Scooby-Doo's eyes darted around the barn. Rare. Grr. A loud growl came from deeper in the barn. Shady and Scooby hugged each other and shivered. "Please tell me that was your stomach growling, buddy," Shady said. Scooby-Doo shook his head and whimpered. "No, Reddy." Shady whimpered along with him. "I was afraid of that." Batman backed towards the center of the barn. "We are not alone here." "Like I was afraid of that too," Shady added. Just then 2 creatures emerged from the fog. Like before, they had large human bodies, but one had the head of a pig and one had the head of a chicken. They snarled as they lumbered towards Batman, Shady, and Scooby. "Zoinks!" Shady shouted. "Like this is the worst farm ever."